What?
Perfect time to put orange in your mouth. Why not? Get that vitamin C.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Beastly Thoughts Live, episode 104. We got a lot to talk about. I don't know what anything is that we're going to talk about it because I can't see the notes this week. So you guys are going to have to tell me. But first, let's start off with what you've been playing. Not Too Nerdy, you want to start us off this week?
Sure. I have been playing Let's Try to Look for Video Games at flea markets and garage sales. That's pretty much what I've been playing the whole week. So, I didn't get a chance to play too many games this week, unfortunately. I did get a chance to play The Walking Dead Michonne story or whatever. I haven't played that. I had it for a while. I just never got a chance to play it, and I finally played it through and beat it. I'm actually going to post that on my channel this week. Besides that, it was all about garage sales and flea markets.
Walking Dead, is that Telltale?
Yeah, that's their, but it's Michonne's story.
Yeah,
and like it's all that is pretty good. I thought it was nicely done. I mean, not too many things surprised me anymore because we've seen this already before, but I still enjoyed it nevertheless. It's not as great as the first time doing it because it's just the way it is. But once again, I did all the bad choices. So if you guys like that, I do everything that's probably the worst thing to do. I just throw it out there and just make the worst choice possible, and that's the way it works.
That's not how life works, Hector.
I mean,
it does for some people. You just spend a lot more time in jail if you do that.
In life, I try to make the right choices, obviously. So this, it gives me the opportunity to make all the wrong choices. Cause I would never do that in real life.
Okay, good to know.
Did you? Will you tease any of your garage sale pickups?
I have one that's just flea markets. I did pickups that I actually posted today. But as for garage sale, I did find a very, very rare game. It's pretty epic. There's one of the most epic finds I had, and I found it at this garage sale. Some lady is like, I don't know, I think they're 80-something years old. And she said that her ex-husband had the games, and she's like, that son of a bitch left me and left all these games. So I looked at him. I cannot believe the game that I found. So definitely stay tuned for that. If you like retro games, definitely check it out on my Not Too Nerdy Retro channel. So,
all right. Who wants to go next?
I'll go, but I can't wait to see that. You always really piss me off with your pickups. There's one guy who I know out there that always has something that makes me want to bite through my controller, out of frustration and anger. So I'm looking forward to that. I've had a pretty epic week in gaming too. I spent probably 7 or 8 hours this week playing The Division. Kate and I have been kind of going in and enjoying that world and kind of fleshing it out and enjoying the expansiveness of New York. The game it's fun. It's fun. I'll say that. It gets repetitive after a while, but it is a very fun game. I'm really enjoying now getting some of those stronger weapons. I beat a game called Magica 2. I talked to you guys.
Before you move on from The Division, I want to ask you a couple questions.
Sure.
What level are you, first of all?
15.
15. So what do you think about the basic gameplay loop? Because you are a third-person game player. Like, you enjoy that type of gameplay. So I was kind of wondering what you would think about this, because the gameplay loop to me was kind of boring, the way you spend so much time behind cover. What are you thinking about it so far?
It is frustrating. That's the one thing that we talk about probably more than anything else during the gameplay. Every now and then you find a decent weapon that takes your mind off of how long you spend hiding behind walls and how long it takes to take out enemies that aren't even bosses. Yeah. It's very, very frustrating. It's kind of like a hide and seek game more so than anything else. When you can snipe somebody in the face 4 and 5 and 6 times and they're still just running around fine, it takes you out of the experience a little bit. You'd expect a game like this to have a higher degree of reward when you're actually specifically targeting certain areas of the enemy. So that is frustrating for me, especially if you're fighting someone who's hard. They have fucking crack shot accuracy from anywhere. They do.
Kidding, man.
Yeah, they have crack shot accuracy, and basically, if you try to play like that, you're not rewarded for it. I'll pull out a sniper every now and then, and I'll pop some really good shots into any other game, but kill them. At least get their health or their armor bars down. But in this game, it doesn't seem to really phase them. Hopefully, it's something they take into account because a lot of people argue about that.
Hey,
a lot of people really, yeah.
I'm sorry. The game that you're talking about right now. Do you think? Because a lot of people say it's like Gears of War, the movement, but I think the closest game that is like probably Spec Ops: The Line. If you remember playing that game, I think that the cover. You always have to take cover, like you're saying, and the pinpoint accuracy used to piss me off in that game. That you pop up and you get shot right.
Headshot
That's
right
so
off. Yeah,
true, though.
you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I haven't spent that much time playing the Gears of War games, you guys know, but Spec Ops I did. And yeah, you're absolutely right. They have crack shot accuracy from anywhere. It's like being in that American Sniper movie as a video game. Because you pop your head out, your head gets blown off from anywhere. But we've been enjoying it. We've been getting some pretty decent drops lately. And I'm looking forward to getting back into there sometime soon. I've also finished this week a game called Magica 2. Completed that with Kate, and that was actually a PSN game, which is kind of a fantasy lore type of experience where you're a magician and a wizard, and you go through these levels, and you're able to combine up to 8 different elements of magic and create your own. Mm-hmm. So that it's really on the fly, real time. You got to come up with these button presses right then on the spot. If you want to create like a shield of fire, you got to combine the shield. You got to combine the fire. If you want to add something else to it, you combine that, and then you got to do the right button combination to create a force field, or you can shoot people with things, or imbue your weapon with certain abilities. And I played it first. I told her how much fun it was. She played it, and we had to go through it. We couldn't stop playing that. So we really enjoyed that. Now, another game that we got to play this week, and I'm sure a lot of you guys heard about this, was the Platinum demo for Final Fantasy 15.
Yes.
And I played that. Really enjoyed it. A lot of people don't like it, but I have kind of a unique take on that, which we can kind of delve into a little bit more. But another game that I just started playing last night that I think is my favorite first-person shooter right now is the Doom beta. Oh, my God.
It's fucking awesome. So awesome. It really is.
I haven't played anything like that in a long time. And, I like Halo. I'm not the biggest Halo fan. It seems like they've taken a lot of the recipe that's made Halo successful, streamlined it, created engaging and awesome and an open level design with the fastest gunplay and fastest and smoothest engine I've ever played on. My God. And I'm on PS4 playing it. I've never played a game on the PS4 that moves and controls like this. You guys have seen the trailers that they showed us for Doom months ago when you're actually running around. And a lot of people were saying, oh, it can't be that good. It can't run and look like it does. And I was like, holy shit. When I first started playing, I was talking to Kate when I was playing with her. You could actually move this fast and turn, and it all works so flawlessly.
It's no joke, man. They make software.
They know what they're doing.
Not one stutter in the animation or in the frame rate. It's so smooth. I've never played one like that on any console. So I think that's going to be the new bar that everybody's going to have to meet.
Have you guys played Quake 3 Arena?
Yes. I like Quake 2 better, but Quake 3 was good.
How similar does this? I haven't played it yet. How similar does this game feel to Quake 3?
I haven't. See, the thing is, I didn't play the beta portion of it, but I did get a chance to look at it earlier, the demo. Mm-hmm. But I think it's pretty good. And the thing is, it's funny because I had to think about it. Someone asked me yesterday. One of my friends said, "Which one do you think changed more, Wolfenstein from the original or the Doom? Between Wolfenstein to what Wolfenstein is now to Doom to what Doom is now." And I had to stop to think about it. I'm like, which one do you guys think changed more?
I think Wolfenstein changed more. I think if you asked me when Doom 3 came out, I would have said Doom. But now this looks like a return. This looks like they're bringing it right back to old school.
Yeah. I got Doom 1 on PS1. I told you guys months ago, that was my first time I ever played any kind of first-person shooter, and it really blew my mind. It's so fast. You guys know how fast Doom is. Yeah. For them to recreate that kind of atmosphere in a game like this, it's the same atmosphere, the same kind of level ups, the same kind of shield. Everything looks really similar. It's just more modern. It does feel like traditional Doom. But now with this multiplayer and of course, a single player, oh my God, I can't wait. We're getting to a point now, seriously, guys, where it's too many fucking good games. And if you have a job and you have something called a family, that sucks because you cannot really get into all this stuff the way you want to.
Yeah.
Doom is going to be amazing just because of the multiplayer. I feel the same way about that game that I do about Uncharted 4's multiplayer. I told Kate, I said, this is the first-person shooter version of a kind of a multiplayer experience that Uncharted 4 is. Uncharted 4 is a third person that's amazing. This is the first person that's amazing. To me, they're on the same bar. They're so good. And if you guys haven't played it, you can get the beta code from GameStop up until the 5th. Just go in there, tell them what
it's
console
super,
you're on.
from what I've seen, right? It's super fast action.
Oh god,
they have
really is.
they have the weapon and armor drops like littered around, so you've got to run routes around the multiplayer maps like you used to, like in Halo and Quake and like those old school multiplayer games. Like that's what I grew up with. Those are the games I remember, and this just is an exact duplicate with modern day graphics and like
it's so good.
cool everything.
100%.
It looks so old. I haven't played it, but it looks so old
like
school. It's so
Unreal
fun.
Tournament style as well. Like it just,
Unreal Tournament. Yep.
Yeah.
And there's so many different ways to play, right? They have this ability. Of course, you can pick your own loadouts after you unlock level 3 and 4. But there's something that I've equipped instead of using a grenade, which is a teleporter, and you throw it like a frisbee. And it flies straight, and it'll go as far until it hits something, okay? So when you first start the map, you and your team run out. The other team is coming from the other direction. As soon as you guys see each other, everybody starts firing. I throw this teleporter. It flies past them. They think it's a bullet or a projectile. It hits the wall. Then I teleport to where it is. They don't even see me. I'm behind them all of a sudden, lighting them up. It's like so much fun. Oh, my God. Yeah. I can't wait for Beastly Thoughts to be over so I can go play some more of that.
It is so good. I agree with you 100%, Beastly. I mean, this is like classic Doom, but for the modern age. Like everything about it, you have to get health packs to get your health back. You have to look for ammo around the map. It's got like that really fast, smooth gameplay to it. You don't even
I've never
sprint.
played
like, you
anything
just
like
walk really fast.
Yeah, there is no run button. There is no run button.
Good. It is
you can't click the R3 or anything like that to sprint or run faster.
Everybody
runs at that fast fucking speed. Yeah, it's really, this is the new bar that everybody's going to have to meet, or at least they're going to have to shoot for.
Which is funny to me because they just lowered the bar as far as I'm concerned. They like went back to the old school, like all that shit that's been added to games over the last 10, 15 years. They just stripped it away, got back to the basics. Here's a multiplayer game.
Aren't they the ones that set the bar originally?
Right? Totally. Motherfuckers, the bar is right here. We've had it the whole time.
They created that bar.
I mean, I'm being totally honest. I'm not blowing smoke, man. When I play that game, I haven't felt like that in a first-person shooter in a very, very long time.
It's fresh because it's just different. Like even though it's something that started first-person shooters, it just feels different. It's so much fun, and it's so well executed. Ed knows what they're doing. They really do. They created the first-person shooter genre. It's
another
amazing.
game. Real quick, I want to talk about just briefly that I don't think that you got a chance to play, Briar. I don't know if you did. Not too nerdy, but the platinum demo for Final Fantasy 15 that came out during the PlayStation. I mean, not the PlayStation. The Final Fantasy 15 event. Hosted by Greg Miller, they finally released this demo in which you're in a dream sequence. You're this character Noctis, and you're a younger version of yourself, and you're going through the world. A lot of people didn't like that demo. I really enjoyed it. They took lots of elements from the Kingdom Hearts games. It's very, very similar to Kingdom Hearts. You actually get a big sword that looks kind of like a Keyblade, but it's a big hammer. The control is very similar. You even attack enemies that look just like the darkness from Kingdom Hearts. They have these crazy expansive stages. The second part of that demo, you're inside this giant dining room and you're like the size of a toy or an action figure, and the sense of scale is marvelous. And towards the end of that demo, you actually turn into your adult self, you get real weapons, and you fight a real tangible boss. But let me just say, Square did something, they did us all a service here, because of course this game's been in development for the last 10 years. This shit works. It works well. It looks fantastic. The game is graphically on par with Metal Gear Solid 5, and the engine is flawless. I didn't run into any issues, and I think that they kind of included this dream sequence rather than give us a traditional demo of the game to let us see kind of what Kingdom Hearts could be, because the enemies that you fight in this demo are pulled straight from Kingdom Hearts. Especially being a younger version of yourself, it really reminds you of being Sora, from Kingdom Hearts, especially with these fake weapons, bubbles, and all this stuff coming out of the characters. I think they wanted to kind of bridge those worlds. Hey, we're going to show you Kingdom Hearts, and we're going to show you what Final Fantasy 15 is going to be like, to kind of give you an idea of what to expect. So I'm really excited about Final Fantasy 15, super excited about Kingdom Hearts 3, because I think that they honestly wanted to show us what Kingdom Hearts is going to be like in this demo. And I'm even more excited for what could possibly be done with Final Fantasy VII, the remake. And Robbie, I know you played it, and you said you had kind of a different take on it. You want to, expound on that?
I mean, it wasn't that much. Like, I was kind of like, That's it. Because I didn't understand what the hell was going on, especially the final like boss fight you get to at the end. You're kind of like teleporting and hanging off these poles, and I just didn't really understand what was going on. I wish they explained the combat system a little better, but I mean, I think the game has a lot of potential. It didn't really give me enough to really be like, do I like this game or not? I'm not sure how I feel about it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me. Now, that was what I played this week. Would you like to continue, Mr. Rabbit? Robbie, somebody.
Robbie, you go ahead.
I mean, pretty much, I've been playing that Doom beta. That Doom beta is amazing, and I never expected it to be this good. I really haven't been playing that much else this week, so I'm ready to get into the news if you guys are good.
I want to talk what I've been playing about, Robbie.
Yeah,
Oh,
You're just going to cut me off?
Briar.
You're just going to like move on to the news without giving me a chance to say my piece?
Briar, I'm
Robbie.
sorry. I didn't mean it. I swear. I'm so sorry.
I've been playing
Go ahead.
Destiny.
This is what happens when they think they're adults, Brian. They just want to turn their back on you, man.
I'm sorry. I didn't know.
I've been playing a lot of Destiny, obviously. I've been playing a lot of Iron Banner. Nothing new there. I have been really watching the reveals that Bungie's been doing about the spring update, the April update. A lot of very concerning things. We got a piece of news that I'll introduce in a second that I find to be very concerning. So I've been watching Doom, right? I haven't gotten a chance to play it yet, but man, that game, I mean, it really does strike that old Quake 3 arena vibe for me. I'm really looking forward to it. And Paragon, have you guys seen Paragon at all?
I own
haven't,
Paragon.
no.
You own Paragon? That game, man, I'm excited for that. It's, I got into the MOBA thing a little bit with, now I can't remember the name of the game.
Damn, he forgot the name of the damn game on his Mac. On the Mac, come on, Pimp.
Come on, Briar. You can't forget.
Come on,
It was
Pimp.
Heroes of the
Heroes of the
Storm.
Storm.
Heroes of the Storm? Is that what it was?
Yes.
Okay, so I started playing a little bit of that as like kind of a MOBA light. But this, to me, it's like with that third person and the shooting aspect, it appeals to my Twitch reflex a lot more. And you still get that MOBA kind of strategy and gameplay. So I'm really into that game. I'm really looking forward to it. I haven't actually played it yet, but I've watched a lot of gameplay, and I'm really looking forward to jumping into that. But I do want to talk about Destiny a little bit. Destiny this week announced that they're basically going to have a pay-to-play system or a pay-to-win system that's coming to Destiny. It's hidden. It's hidden in there, but it's there. I mean, it feels like they tried to make it as subtle as they could, but man, it is super worrisome, and it's something that Destiny players have kind of like been cautious about or worried about since the Taken King came out, and they started with the microtransactions. Basically, what happened is you can buy these Eververse from the Eververse. You can buy these packages, and these packages can contain armor. Which, obviously could have great discipline, intellect builds or discipline strength builds, depending on what you're looking for. They do come at a very low light level, so you do have to infuse better gear to make them worth it. But the more concerning thing is that they also include reputation boosts. With reputation boosts, you can level up the Vanguard, the Crucible, or the... I can't remember the third name of the vendor, to basically level those things up faster and get weapons faster. So if you're looking for a perfect roll shotgun, you have more chances to get it if you purchase these Eververse Sterling packages. And it's really concerning to me. It's like, this is not the direction I want to see Destiny taken, and I'm really concerned about it.
Pay to win is always, I always feel that's a bad thing. Like, I always think like that's the beginning of the end for a game when it's pay to win. Especially if they're doing it now towards the end of the game, because that just leads me to believe that most of it, if not all of it's going to be like that for Destiny 2.
Yeah,
like, that's what it seems like. It's like more of like they're testing it to perfect it now, so that when Destiny 2 comes along, right away, right out the gate, you're going to be able to pay for things to get things quicker than everyone else. And people are going to do it because they want to get a head start. They want to be out there before everyone else. So
yeah, that's definitely pay to win. I think there's no doubt in my mind this is pay to win, and I think if people aren't a fan of this, you have to vote with your wallet. That's absolutely how you get the message out to these companies and say, we do not like this. You have to not buy it. That's what we have to do.
Robbie, the other side of that is the people who do agree with it are going to vote with their wallet too. So, there's going to be a lot. And see, the thing is, people who are down with this kind of pay to win, if they have a lot of money, they're going to spend a lot of money. They're going to keep going until they have an obvious advantage. And yeah, it sucks for the hardcore. It sucks for the people who want this game to stay, level on a level playing field. This is going to make things really out of whack and fuck up the equilibrium of that game really bad.
Unfortunately, it just shows like how hard it is to develop a game, because the problem is this, right? Once you develop the game, to maintain the game and constantly have new updates and new things that everyone wants, it's going to cost money to do that. And this is just another way of showing it to, like, they have to find ways, creative ways to get people to pay more. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to fund like the maintenance and stuff. So the people that want the updates and all this new things, you also have to understand that that's going to be development hours, that's going to be time and money. And unfortunately, that's like the only thing. Like, you have to compromise, which as a gamer, it sucks. But as a developer, I understand also why they're doing it. But I also think, I know that that's like the beginning of the end for certain games, because you're going to lose a big chunk of people that are not going to want to pay for something extra. They'll move on to the next game.
As someone in the industry, not too nerdy, and who knows about this stuff, what else could they do? They've already tried the DLC. They've done that. And from all appearances, it's been working. Every time one of the Destiny paid DLC comes out, it's like the number one selling thing. Everybody's buying it. It's like a brand new retail release. So it would seem like that could have funded it and kept them going. Is it not enough? Is it that this update is free, that they need to recoup the cost or something?
See, the thing is this, like, the problem is, ever since the mobile industry took off for video games and all that, those apps, people notice that the most successful things are paid apps, or paid, like for example, you do those micro transactions, stuff like that, unpaid applications, and that's the way it works. That's what works, and that's how you make money on there. Because the minute you keep funding all these servers and you keep putting all these man hours on there and all these updates for a whole year, I mean, look when Destiny came out, and look at how long they're still supporting that same game. And Destiny 2 has not come out yet. Even though it's not as much updates as everyone wants to, they're still supporting it with the servers and everything else and updates and patches. You're still supporting it. And unfortunately, that costs a lot of money. You have to hold on to those developers. Don't forget, they not only had to hold on to those developers, they had other developers working on the new game as that was being held on to. So, like, you still have a huge team, and that's just costs a lot of money. Unfortunately, if you want a new game to release in a reasonable time at the same time as this game being, maintained, it's going to cost money. Yeah. And I that's the thing that sucks about everything,
So are you saying that you think, or it's possible they've exhausted all other financial resources and this is the last thing they can do to recoup those costs? Is there nothing else they can add to the game and charge for rather than making it pay to win? Have they tried everything? Is there anything that anybody's talking about that they could add that people would pay for? That wouldn't hurt the game?
Right? If they jacked up the price higher than $60, no one wants it. Everyone's going to argue, complain that it's up $60. So then they included DLC to say, okay, you pay for your first $60, and then now here's the DLC content for later on. But now people complain, hey, well, this isn't right. We already paid for something. Why do we, this should have been in the main part of the game. That's the next argument people make. So then now they even give you free updates, but now there's certain features that you may want as a gamer. You may want it quicker than someone else. So now they're trying to say, well,
stop typing.
Here, you could
He's
work.
got another window open with Pornhub.
They're like, you could work on the game and you earn it for free, or you could just pay ahead of time and get it quicker. So like now they're giving you options because they understand that a lot of people are going to fight it either way. So now they're trying to give you more options as a gamer. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't like that because it may affect the gameplay itself, where someone else got something that they didn't earn, while you were taking all this time to do.
Yeah.
I don't really have a problem with having microtransactions in the game. I just don't like that they're now allowing us to pay for weapons and armor. Like, I really don't like that. Like shaders, any cosmetic items whatsoever, fine. Ships, shaders, whatever. Those artifacts, marks, whatever. I don't even care about it. But as soon as they go to weapons and armor, that directly affects gameplay. That affects Crucible gameplay. That affects your power in the raid, Like, that is pretty clear. I'd much rather see him be releasing DLC right now that's paid DLC, like a Dark Below or a House of Wolves style DLC. But I think they've proven that they just couldn't maintain that schedule that we had in year one, where they came out with 3 DLCs in year one. They just couldn't keep that going. So hopefully with Destiny 2, they'll be able to develop DLC faster. Their engine and their development process will be more streamlined, so they can develop that DLC faster. So we don't have to have pay to win kind of stuff. But Activision, is doing this in Call of Duty too. So they're kind of Activision, has always been kind of reticent to do this stuff, but they've kind of jumped in whole hog. And I was thinking about it earlier. There was a bunch of CEO got fired in January, and everybody assumed it was because Destiny 2 got delayed. But now I'm starting to wonder. I'm wondering if that CEO just was resisting Activision, pressuring them to do pay to win gear,
microtransactions,
and maybe they just said, "Well, if you're not going to go along with this, you're out." I really wonder if that's what happened.
See, the thing is, this sucks that they're trying to make more money like this, and I understand why they're doing, but it still sucks overall. Yeah. And the way you said that, it's pay to win. Now, what if they counter that, and it's even worse? What if they separate the people that pay to win? They're only pay to win, their matches. The people that actually paid for the guns actually get separated from the community. What if they do that? It'll be fair to everyone else, but then you look at a smaller community because now other people are paying for certain guns and they're competing against the people that already paid for certain guns. You know what I mean? So it'll be kind of weird. I don't know.
It's almost a situation where you can't win.
Yeah.
It's a no-win scenario.
Well, I think there is a way to win. Is Bungie needs to come out with these DLCs, and they need to be big enough that gamers feel like the value is there, that they don't mind spending $30 or $40 for a DLC. Yeah. If they could do that every 3 to 4 months, 3 to 5 months, gamers are biggest problem with Destiny is that people want more content for it. So they can sell this stuff, but they just need to be able to figure out a way to develop it fast enough.
See, the thing is, I don't know, because there's so many things, right? The economy and everything, costs for everything has gone up. The cost of everything has gone up. If you look at video games, they haven't. Look how many years now. The video game, every single time you got a next-gen console, they always went up about $10. It has not done that. And the reason why they have not done that is that they have to find different ways to try to bring in the money, because now games cost even more than it did in the past. So, now you have more people on a team, even more money involved. And now, it's either they start doing this, and when they don't make money, you lose developers. You lose updates. It's going to be updates that are going to take even longer because there'll be less people, and they're not going to be as good. And that's the sacrifice you make. It's what do you choose? And I understand both sides of it, because I'm not only a developer, I'm a gamer. I enjoy games, and I think it sucks. Pay to win is probably the worst thing ever for me. I hate that. But at the same time, on the developer side, I understand. And don't forget, the publishers are the ones really pushing developers. To begin with, they're the ones that care about the money, because they invested all that money on those developers. So if they don't make a profit with all those investors, especially Activision, you're talking about, they expect billions of dollars, not millions. Millions isn't enough anymore. It's billions of dollars. So it's rough.
The Call of Duty community is going through the same thing right now. Treyarch said, no, we're not going to have pay-to-win transactions. We're not going to sell guns in these packages. And they started. They had to. Activision seemingly is pressuring Bungie and Treyarch to do the same thing. And it's basically the same kind of transaction. You have to pay and hope that you get the stuff you want, And it's insidious, because it's not like I can just pay for that perfect gun that I want. They're not charging me $5 for the gun I want. They're charging me $2 for a very small chance of getting it. Yeah. It's insidious. It sucks.
Yeah, it's not good for anyone, except the publisher. They are a business. They just need to make money in development. Anything you do does cost money, and it's unfortunate. So what is the solution? We raise the price of a standard video game to maybe $80 or something? I don't know what that solution is, but it's definitely not good as it is.
Here, I got a solution for you. Ready?
Okay.
There should be pay to win. Let people buy those guns. People that don't have the guns, you get double the kill and double XP every person you kill that has that special gun, and you don't. There you go.
No, I don't like that.
Double XP, double everything. When you kill someone that has that has a gun that they paid for, you don't. The end. You'll just keep getting double the kills and everything else, and
I'm just gonna keep deleting it when I get it. All right,
I'm sure you'll keep us posted on that, Briar. I'd like to definitely stay up on that news. I didn't know anything about that. And that's a road I did not see Activision and Bungie taking, not with Destiny. So.
Right, they're doing it with Call of Duty and Destiny right now. It's upsetting both.
Thing, definitely.
Yeah. I haven't played either one in a while, so that was very entertaining news. But yeah, we do got some news, guys. So PlayStation 4.5 will be announced before the release of PlayStation VR, according to new rumors. PS4.5 and the existing PS4 will share the same software catalog, despite their power differences.
Thank God, because the worst thing Sony could have done here is if they made it so certain games on PS4.5 you would not be able to play them on PS4. That is suicide. That would never work. You would cut your consumer base.
Like the new 3DS, yeah. Now, this thing we all know is coming now. We talked about this 2 weeks ago. Is anybody interested in maybe picking this thing up? Now, from what we understand so far, I am. The PS4, well, damn, raise your hand if you're sure. The PS4.5 will be able to upscale traditional PS4 games to 4K. Some newer games will be able to run 4K, but it is not guaranteed that all newer games will be able to do it. Existing software will not be changed as far as the frame rate unless a developer of said title goes back in and patches it and makes it better. But I want this thing specifically for the PlayStation VR. Now, of course, when you put on the PlayStation VR headset, the game is going to look the same because the VR headset is actually the resolution you're looking at. But it will have improved frame rate and whatnot. And I want the best experience I can possibly get when you got competitors like the HTC and Oculus Rift, and the PSVR obviously isn't going to be as powerful. This new PS4.5 or PS4K might make it a little bit better for the traditional gamer.
I still call BS. I still call BS on the 4K upscale because they're saying that, but like, what's the frame rate going to be? I'm just kind of curious how they're going to have a device.
It's not going to run native 4K. It's going to run native like 1080p or 720. It's just going to upscale, just like your TV would upscale it.
Yeah,
you know, it's
an upscale.
It's a complete bullshit feature.
It's the only thing I care about in this that I know they're going to have. I'm almost guaranteeing, I'm hoping they're going to have 4K Blu-ray player. If they have a 4K Blu-ray player in there.
That could be big.
And Amazon...
Yes.
And Hulu and Netflix support 4K for streaming services.
Must buy, because now you have everything you need that's, down the line. That's what I want. Like, that's what I need, 4K TV and everything. So get that. That's what I want. That I think will sell it alone. That's going to get all the people that had those PS3s just for the Blu-ray players. Now you're going to get them to get the PS4s for the Blu-ray player. Like, that's a whole nother bunch of people they didn't grab back yet from the PS3 days.
Upscaling the games, though, is a non-factor. I think it's a complete bullshit marketing thing.
Yeah.
Well, there is a big rumor going around that Sony Santa Monica is actually working on God of War 4K. So,
yeah. Well,
there's no way. There's no way. Like, it's not even theoretically reasonably possible. Like, it's not. Like, there's no way they can sell a box for $400 that could run a game at 4K native resolution. It's not even reasonable.
Anyone who understands hardware even slightly knows that's not possible at that price point. Game,
the fastest I could get is 31 frames per second.
And what graphic card are you running?
Weapon?
What graphic card are you running?
98 Ti. 980 Ti.
Uh-huh.
And
wow. That's a hand card.
That's a $500 video card, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that is not running that in a reasonable frame rates for a PC. So I highly doubt that it's going to be like for PC. They have to have. I don't know how they'll do it. If they do it, that'll be the most amazing thing ever.
Unless they sprinkle pixie dust in that fucking thing.
They might have pixies there, man. Who knows? My PC can run Blade and Soul in 4K at 45 frames per second.
But is that upscale? Wait, play what game?
Blade and Soul. But that's not the same thing as like playing The Division or something.
I'll talk about when you try to do like Crisis or something, Crisis 3. When you try to do actual game thing, you're not going to run that on no laptop.
3 frames.
All right.
Laptop is at reasonable frames per second. No way.
All right, guys, continuing on with the news, PlayStation news. PlayStation VR could one day be available for PC after the hardware is launched, according to Sony.
This would be awesome. This would just be a cheaper VR alternative for
it sounds
PC
like,
gamers.
they're definitely going to do that. I don't remember his exact quote, but I'm paraphrasing. He said that once we get everything situated with the PlayStation 4, we won't have any issue putting this on the PC. So
Shuhei? Was it Shu or?
No, it wasn't Shu. It was another Japanese guy. Let's just call him Foot.
Got it.
But he I'm paraphrasing. He said that after the PS4's release and this is launched, they're going to try to move forward with putting this on PC. I think that's really awesome. I think it's really smart.
Yeah.
It would give the Oculus even more competition on the PC.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Stuff that cause problems. Didn't the Oculus help the PlayStation VR? If you remember in the beginning, like they're
Yeah, well they went there, yeah. Yeah, Sony met with that.
That's kind of messed up, actually.
Hey, I mean they've got
Damn.
a compelling product there. You know, that VR headset is the lowest on the market by a long shot, lowest price on the market by a long shot. Apparently, it looks great. You know, that's
It
phenomenal.
does.
I can't wait.
I
guys get
forget-
pre-orders
I think
in
it's
for
called
those?
Deep Down.
Yes, sir.
I haven't done it yet. I haven't done it
Oh,
yet.
you better.
Have
You better.
Have you?
Oh, basically,
Pre-orders are
let me
sold
know.
out at my GameStop.
I gotta do two. I gotta do two at the same time. Well, I don't know if they've done it yet, but they are going to release the version. What the fuck?
I have two VR orders, VC.
I gotta get the.
let me know.
I gotta get the $500 one and the $400 one because I've already got Move controllers and a PlayStation camera.
Yeah.
So instead of just doing the 500 in the beginning, I wanted to wait until both were available. I think they were both made available on the 28th of March. Now I think about it. So I gotta definitely check it out this week. But yeah, I'm
The
getting
cheaper
to,
one was made available on the 28th.
I believe so. Yeah, the 28th. So if they're both available, I'll go ahead and do them both. But yeah, I'm gonna do both of those and a PS4K. So yeah, moving into a shoebox.
I want to get a PS4K just because my PS4 that's in my office is already hit, on the fritz. The thing ejects discs constantly. It's beeping constantly. The thing is, like, it sounds like it's constantly having a heart attack. So I want to toss that thing, and I'll put the 4K one down in the living room. That'll be the perfect excuse to get one of those new OLED 4K screens, which
that's the excuse.
frankly, I'm just gonna need at that point.
Yeah.
No excuse not to get one at that.
Let me ask you guys a question. Okay, so the GPU for the PS4K is twice as powerful as the one that you're using now, and it's half the size. Do you guys think the PS4K is going to be a slim?
It depends if they put that VR breakout box inside.
I don't know.
I bet it will be a little more streamlined.
I don't think they would do that.
A lot slimmer, but it could be a little bit.
I don't think they're going to do that though, because some of the people who buy it probably won't get the PSVR. That's going to be.
I think it's going to be bigger because they're going to have two levers on the top. One's going to be a power lever. It's going to be like kerchunk. And then one's going to be an eject. Kerchunk. Instead of these fucking capacitive buttons.
I don't know, because I feel like if it's going to be even more powerful, a bigger, a better GPU, that means it's going to transmit more heat. So I don't see it being slimmer. I think it's going to be a little bit slimmer. I just don't see it to be that much slimmer. I just think it's be a different design. But they always do a different design. They always do a slimmer one anyway, right? So we'll see how slim it is. But I think they better be careful because they better make sure to keep that thing cool the smaller it gets.
It's going to sound like my old 360.
Jesus.
Sound like there's a goddamn jet engine in the living room.
Yeah, one of my PS3s does that, man. That shit will wake up the whole neighborhood. All right, guys. So continuing on with a company that continually lets me down for the most part, Ubisoft has opened a brand new development studio in the Philippines, known as Ubisoft Philippines. The studio's main focus will be assisting development on future games alongside other Ubisoft-owned studios.
So instead of 10 studios on one game, you're going to have 11. Oh my god, this is amazing.
Briar, aren't you excited about this?
I got that one.
Yeah, you see what I did there?
More bots development. All right.
What is Ubisoft working on? What's the last game they worked on that you guys were excited about?
Assassin's Creed 1.
Damn, man.
Wow,
You really
that's a long ways
You gonna
back.
shit on them like that? No toilet paper. Shit all over them. Damn. That's hardcore, brother. Well, at least some Filipinos are getting some new jobs. Hopefully that they're going to come up with some nice new ideas.
Yeah.
Let me see. Call of Duty 2016 will be set in the very far future, according to new information from studio insider Shinobi 602. The
Is
game
it going
will
to be
a
Ghost
full-
2?
No, they already said.
Let's get to that.
the game will be full on sci-fi, featuring space combat, and not be a sequel of Call of Duty Ghosts.
Here's what I'll say about this. This could either be a very new, cool direction for Call of Duty, because this isn't like another near future game. This is like hundreds of years future.
Yeah.
This is space
Leonard
combat.
Nimoy in this joint.
So this could either be something very cool, very new, very innovative for Call of Duty, which is always welcome, or this could just be them running out of ideas, and I'm not sure which it is, but the game has
you'll
not
fly
been
around in a spaceship, and you'll be able to switch out your armor and weapons, and you'll be able to like double jump or triple jump. Maybe they'll have 3 different classes that you can play as.
Oh shit!
I thought they had this game already. Isn't it called Halo 5? Isn't this called Halo 5? I'm just saying that they made that game already in the far future already.
Well, I can see it now. Jason X will be a DLC character.
Is this the right move for Call of Duty?
Yeah.
I really don't know if it is.
If it's a fun game to play, I'm happy for them. But Call of Duty's kind of lost me at this point.
Yeah.
They have to
Here's what I'll
really
say.
switch up the formula to get me back.
And this is a rumor too. This has not been confirmed. So until the game is announced, but I mean, I don't know. They're trying something different. Like, I gotta wait until I see this game. Bottom line, I am excited for it, but let's wait until we see it and it's announced.
To be honest, I don't ever want to hear myself say this, because I part of me loves Call of Duty, but I agree with Briar 100% on here. It's like, until they do something different enough that it doesn't feel like the same last 6 games, I'm just not interested. I'm just, even playing Black Ops 3, and I don't think I'm dissing Black Ops 3. I think it's a great game. It is.
Great. Yeah.
But it's not enough to keep me. There's so much other shit going on.
The other games have like moved forward.
And your peripheral, it's like all this stuff that's going on. You can't really focus on. I feel like I played it before.
Yeah.
And that's why I like playing Doom. It feels so different and so fresh.
It really is.
If I was playing Doom right now, if Doom was here right now and there was like a new Call of Duty, I'd go straight. Doom is so fucking good.
Did you hear what he said? Do you hear what he said? He said, I don't ever want to hear myself say this, but I agree with Briar Rabbit. That's all I heard. That's how you said it.
Damn, that's fucking savage, dude.
Yeah, man. No toilet paper, shit all over him. All right. But yeah, that's how I feel about Call of Duty, man. Hopefully they come up with something new. They got to try something new, man. And everybody's a future shooter. And before we actually went live, I believe Briar was talking about going back in the day, to back in the old days, World War I, World War II, and maybe separating themselves from the pack, because everybody seems to be going forward and trying to come up with more futuristic tech and hypotheticals. Just take it back. There hasn't been a game like that in probably, 10, 15 years.
It's been a while, it feels like. I don't know if it's been that long, but it's been a while.
It does concern me, though, because, the fan base says we want Call of Duty boots on the ground. We want, like, a World War II game. And then we're like, and then the rumors say, oh, it's going to be a space Call of Duty even farther in the future. And then people are, upset about that. And I can understand that. So we'll have to wait and see. But I don't know. Like, I have to see this game first. Well, but it's
at least we're going to have an engine that Briar Rabbit can get behind, that netcode that he loves, right?
That's true. Infinity War.
Yeah. If they don't change it around too much, it might work.
I'm going to boot up Call of Duty Ghosts again.
I'll play it with you.
All right.
I need to play it on. I got it on Xbox One too. I need to play it on. I haven't even tried it on
Black
Xbox.
Ops 3 again, though. I love Black Ops 3. I don't play it all the time, but it's a great game.
A lot of white people I know like Black Ops. Final Fantasy. Oh, I'm sorry. I misheard you.
Yes, you did. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Good night, everybody.
Is this real?
What's in that bottle there?
Is this real life?
I think I had too many. Robbie's
Final
gone.
Fantasy.
He's out.
And if Robbie's mom is watching that, I'm sorry.
His mom just unplugged the internet.
Plug it back in, Barb.
She's like, this is over. This is done.
You're not doing
Those
this
fucking
anymore.
Americans are killing your mind.
Good people.
Not too sure what they're talking about, but I'm about to disconnect the internet.
What are you talking about? Final Fantasy 15 will be released September 30th, 2015 for PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
Wait, weren't you just talking about Final Fantasy 15?
That's what I said, isn't it?
Oh, I thought you said 13. Okay.
Oh, did I?
I
Maybe
don't
it's your
know,
drink.
man. I don't even know.
let me just do it again. Final Fantasy 15 will be released September 30th, 2015 for PS4, PC, and Xbox One, and I will have it that day because the demo it's captivated my heart. Continuing on, Phil Spencer says Halo 5 coming to PC is not very likely, but future entries in the series could come to PC alongside the Xbox One. What do you guys think about that? Is that kind of disheartening for the Xbox community?
I think you guys are a bunch of dicks.
I think I think it's good, but it also kind of sucks. I was kind of hoping for Gears to come. So if Halo is not going to come, I think they might hold back something like Gears and Halo from going to PC. So that's the thing. Like that's what sucks about this news. Like I want Gears to go to PC.
It's really hard to read though. It's like really hard to really figure out what they're doing because a game like Quantum Break, you wouldn't expect one of their pivotal, exclusives to be released day and date on PC with the Xbox One. So, I mean, that's one of their games that's been touted for the last 2 or 3 years as being just this unbelievable Xbox One experience, and they're putting it on, PC the same day it comes to the Xbox One. So there's really no way to tell. They're flipping fucking coins in those offices, That's not going to PC. That one is, So
maybe it's the developers. Maybe the developers are making these decisions.
You think so?
I don't know.
Well,
I mean, I would say but like they're completely controlled by Microsoft. Those developers, so I'm like, I don't think it's them because like they're controlled. I mean, they would love to sell more games, but like they have no control over it. I don't think it's all Microsoft and Microsoft investors. I don't see them if they see that it's not doing great sales, they're going to open up the line and say bring it to PC just to try to maximize as much as you can.
Get in that Windows store. Yeah. It's always about the fucking dollars. That's what Joe Pesci says. All right. An unannounced Bioshock collection for PS4, Xbox One, and PC has resurfaced once again. This time it has been rated by the ESRB. Now, I'm actually pretty excited about this. I love Bioshock. It's one of those first-person shooters that kind of pulls you into the world, makes you forget about real life, and then all of a sudden your boss is calling you, your baby's mom is throwing a shoe at your head type of situation because you're so damn into the game. I'm kind of excited about this. You guys like Bioshock?
Yeah.
Bioshock.
I'm tired of collections. There's like a collection every week, though. There's like a collection, like I literally, Steam, there's always a collection. I'm like, I've never seen a game that had so many collections, I think. Like Bioshock has so many packs. Oh, you can get Bioshock 1, 2, Infinite. Oh, you can get all 3. Like, it's like, and it kind of, I mean, it's cool for people that haven't played yet, but I think by now a lot of people have played it. So I don't know. We'll see.
If they remastered Bioshock 1, I'd go back to it. I'd check it out again. It's been a long
Bioshock 1.
Bioshock 1, sorry. If they remastered Bioshock 1, it's been long enough for me that I would go back and check it out again. Yeah. That's one of those games that when I was done with it, I was like, man, I'm never going to get to experience that for the first time again. Like that was awesome.
Very true.
Yeah, see, I'm more excited for 1 than Infinite too. And that's one of those games that's so old now. To see that remastered on PS4 would be a real treat, man. Especially for younger people. My kids, they never played Bioshock, so to have that on PS4, it'd probably just blow their brains out of the tops. Yeah. I'm excited for it. You guys going? What do you think, Robbie? You big into the Bioshock, or do you like collections?
Oh no, I love Bioshock. Like 1, 2, Infinite, they're all very fantastic games, and I'm mostly excited for this just because the fact that when these collections happen, it usually means they're going to make a new game announcement, which Bioshock 3 could definitely happen, and even Take-Two said it's a permanent franchise, so maybe this year it's possible.
Wow. Okay. Well, I guess time will tell. Now, this next bit of news is exclusively for Robbie because Robbie gets our news together, and sometimes he puts bullshit in just to feed his own ego. But Guitar Hero Live developer Freestyle Games has experienced a round of layoffs. Roughly 50 people have been let go of the studio, which is around half of the entire development team.
I'm done with this. You know what? Screw you guys. I'm done.
Like, who was surprised about this?
Robbie is surprised. He plays that fucking game every day. What are you talking about?
But I don't know. I think
play it every day.
I think the game, like the whole thing with the game, though, Robbie, it's like it's not shocking because I don't know if you guys heard, like they did decently. Like they sold a good amount. I mean, the problem is that. These games over here, they just release people because they had a higher goal and they thought that everyone's gonna go crazy like they did in the past, which they didn't. It's not the same, it was a fad and it went out and that was it. Some people did buy it, some people did enjoy it, but I mean it just wasn't enough and they set their their goals like too high, and they just didn't reach them, and that's why unfortunately developers are suffering and they have no jobs. So
yeah, I mean, Guitar Hero Live is a great game. Like I've said, I really enjoy it. I played like at least 50 hours of it. I put a lot of time into it, and it sucks. Like this is half the studio they laid off, which is a real shitty situation. So wishing the best for all those people, because that's not fun to lose your job ever. Not good.
No, it's not.
Happens all the time if you're in the urban communities. All right, so according to Square Enix, Final Fantasy 15 will need to sell around 10 million units for the game to turn a profit. The only game in the Final Fantasy series to ever reach that goal was Final Fantasy VII, which sold 11 million units worldwide. Do you guys think that Final Fantasy 15 could do that? Holy fuck. What are they thinking? I don't know, man. I mean, there's a lot of Final Fantasy fans. There's a ton of people clamoring to get their hands on anything Square and Final Fantasy. They haven't
sold that many since Final Fantasy VII, which was by far the most popular Final Fantasy they've ever had.
Yeah, but it's just Final Fantasy though. Since 7, there hasn't really been one on that caliber as far as fan reception.
9, those were pretty good ones.
Nope. The next one will probably be 10. 10 was probably the next
best selling one.
Yeah, after 7.
I don't know. This is dumb. If you're setting your sales expectations on your all-time high, you're fucking it up.
I'll tell you how they do it. Ready?
I love it, Briar.
I'll tell you how they're gonna do it. They're gonna have Kingdom Hearts 3 demo inside of it, and that's how they're gonna sell it. I get if they have that in there, it's probably gonna be sold. Like I would think they'll reach that.
Zone of the Ender says hello.
What if they included like a 30-minute demo or an hour demo of Kingdom Hearts 3?
That would help the sales.
They would reach it. They would definitely.
I think they will reach it because there's a lot of people in Kingdom Hearts that would definitely buy that. So
any representative at Square watching the Beastly Thoughts podcast, please send the check care of Beastly Thoughts to. Just contact us in the comment section below.
Isn't this all right? Isn't this also PS3? And is it just next gen?
No, it's PS4, Xbox One. Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I was trying to remember if this was one of the ones that was also last gen too.
Originally it was, but now it's current gen.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
They did the Dying Light. They did the Dying Light on that ass. They took it away from the PS3 and the Xbox 360. Y'all don't get none.
No.
You get none of this. What else we got?
There's one news we missed, which is the Shadows of Mordor.
Yep.
2. Yeah, that sounds like that right there sounds like a good game. I think because the first one went under the radar for a lot of people. A lot of people may have missed it, but I like to see games like that may have went out under the radar, and then when people finally heard of it, they saw how good it was. So I kind of like to see what they can do with it the second time around.
Hold on, not too nerdy. For the people who can't see our notes, Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor 2 is in development and may be revealed sometime soon, according to a posting from a stunt actress's online profile. That's like a really rare place to find this kind of information. I was doing a cartwheel, and then I found out about Shadows of Mordor 2. Holy shit. So the game is in development according to a stunt actress. How many stunt actresses do you know, and are they trustworthy?
Well, she was probably doing motion capture for the game.
Yeah,
that's what it was. Yeah, it was motion capture. It isn't a resume.
Are stunt actresses liars?
She just started seeing Shadows of Mordor too.
She had a vision. What the fuck?
Just some random chick is like, "Oh yeah, this game is happening."
She's not a stunt actress. She's a medium. She can see shit.
I really liked Shadows of Mordor. I thought that Nemesis system should be brought into every game. It doesn't have to be front and center like it was in that game, but I thought that was a really cool idea, and I'd love to see it come to more games. And I'm glad that they're capitalizing on the success of that first one.
Yeah, that was a sleeper hit in 2014, wasn't it?
It was a huge sleeper hit. That was a really good game.
And
that game, Dying Light, all those games just
room for improvement too in that game. If you saw that first game, it was really good, but there's also room for improvement. So I'm hoping that they hit those spots to improve it, and I think it will be a really, really great game if it comes out. So
they want to sell 11 million copies of it. If they don't, then fuck it.
Fuck it.
Shutter the whole studio.
And that's the news for this week's Beastly Thoughts show, guys.
Some good news. I'm really looking forward to this 4.5K PlayStation, man. Like this has kind of got me hyped. I wonder if Xbox is going to have, like, what's E3 going to look like this year?
It's going to be insane.
Can you imagine with NX, PS4.5, and possibly an Xbox One upgrade?
That was just in today. Spencer said no to 1.5. He said that earlier today.
Not happening.
He's trending on Facebook everywhere. Facebook, it says that different posts. He said that they're not going to do 1.5. That if anything, they'll focus on a new one in the future, but they're not going to do a 1.5.
Oh God, they're going to really. Oh man, it's going to be rough for them this year. Then they can't catch up. Microsoft.
Well, they can do a half a cycle like they did with the original Xbox. They could just abandon the Xbox One and say, let's move forward with the Xbox 2, or they probably wouldn't go with that branding, frankly. But
I hope not Xbox.
They could just move forward with the next Xbox. It probably would be a bad idea.
Companies who do that, you kind of look at what's happened. Like, look at Sega.
Look at Xbox 360, though. I mean, they shortened the Xbox One life cycle and came out the gate with a winner.
Here's the thing, though. It'd be crazy
Good
if
point.
Microsoft does this, right? They jump into a new console. Like, do you realize that we might have, for the first time in a while, a console like that starts at a different starting point, all three of them? So, like, you have the NX, and then the Xbox might do their own thing, and then after that, PlayStation, if they do PlayStation 5. So, like, all of them will be separate. So, like, then what does the community do?
You know what happens is one of them is the lead platform, and everything else is a port. And they're gonna be shitty ports because they're gonna have to, they're not gonna take advantage of the newer hardware, or they're gonna be crappy on the really old hardware.
That'll be interesting.
For Nintendo, man. I think Nintendo.
What if Nintendo comes out the winner?
I know. I just don't know what they're bringing out yet.
I just can't see it, man. It's so hard. I love Nintendo. I know it sounds like I don't, but Nintendo has kind of let me down so much. Yeah. I mean, I love Smash Brothers. I love Bayonetta 2. Some of the other Wii U games are great. When I look, it's sitting right there. I just don't fuck with it anymore. I only watch YouTube on that fucking thing, and YouTube still
Mario
sucks
Maker is pretty damn good, though.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I might try that.
I don't think I've turned on my Wii U since Mario Kart 8 came out. That was almost 2 years ago. That tells you right there.
You just switch out of nowhere. Oh, really? I'm going to try that.
That was weird.
I don't know. Either way, E3 is going to be... So we're not going to get anything out of Xbox then, but PlayStation 4.5K, seeing what the capabilities of that system are they going to have, upgraded, up-resed versions of games for the 4.5K? I doubt it, but if they do, that'd be compelling. Just getting the Netflix and the Blu-ray, high-def Blu-ray
4K?
support, though, would be fantastic. And then seeing what Nintendo's coming out with, man. Fans are ravenous to see what that's going to be.
Nintendo, I swear, I feel like this. You know how in Destiny, when you get a blue or a purple Ingram, you get a legendary Ingram, and you go to turn it in, and you don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
But 90% of the time, it's shit.
Yeah. Oh.
That's how I fucking feel about Nintendo.
Yeah, but you know what that means? There's still a 10% chance they might be golden.
It could be good. It could be good. We might get an exotic out of Nintendo.
If we do, I'll be happy as shit. But oh man,
if we got an exotic on a Nintendo, that would be unbelievable.
Nintendo, all they need is a controller and third-party support. Now that third-party support is a big thing, but if they get those two things, they already have their own games that already will sell. They need other people's games to sell on their console, and that's all they need. So they could jump right back in.
They could.
System.
They could.
They'll never get third parties without.
They absolutely could get third parties.
See, here's the thing. What we're forgetting, what made Nintendo survive this whole generation was the 3DS. So they this generation they survived because of 3DS. So the next generation they have room to learn from their mistakes if they choose to. So who knows? We'll see what happens.
Another good thing is Nintendo does have public opinion. Everybody kind of bitched and moaned about that leaked NX fake controller, and everybody was really upset with it.
Hopefully
of course, we know that was.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I mean, Nintendo did patent a controller that looked just like that, and so they saw that everybody was like, "Oh my god, I don't ever want to fucking play this. I don't want to touch this thing." So hopefully they give people a more traditional controller instead of some shit. You gotta sit this on your kneecap, put this up your ass, and all of a sudden you're playing. I just want a regular controller.
See what it does.
I knew that
It's
thing was
my kind
fake,
of
man.
game.
When have you ever seen that final design look exactly like the patent design? Never. That's why it was someone actually like. I'm like, that does not look like it does look pretty good, but it can't be real. And then finally, the guy showed a video of how he made it with a 3D printer, like, which is pretty cool though. But
It was
That
pretty
fucking
cool.
awesome. Yeah, that was the man.
Ooh. Niju Wave in the comments has announced new Legend of Zelda for day one on NX. That'll be a show killer. Absolutely. That would be huge for them. They absolutely are doing that.
Mario too. They need
They need a real
they come out the
3D
gate
Mario,
strong.
not one of these.
The rumor
3D
is they're
Legend
gonna
of
have a
Zelda,
Pokemon
launch,
game for it,
Mario.
like right out the gates.
Pokemon. Yeah,
Oh, well, that's
absolutely.
huge.
That's the rumor.
they better not
missed
put all
that
those
boat.
games at the same time and not have games for months after that. So they better space them out just a little bit. But
Yeah.
I think if they have a game on par with the release of Mario 64, a nice Pokemon game, a from the ground up, not rehash or reimagine Metroid game, bring some Kid Icarus, to the NX,
Kid.
a nice Donkey Kong, yeah.
Metroid is likely because Retro's been working on something since Tropical Freeze came out. They've definitely got something.
you know what they need? They need a third-party exclusive right out the gate.
Bayonetta 3.
Destiny 2.
There you go. Destiny
Can you
2
imagine?
only for
Oh
the
my
NX.
Holy
Only
shit,
for the
that would be
NX.
huge.
What are you going to do, Briar? What are you
I'm
going
buying
to do?
an NX.
I think everyone is.
Briar's getting an NX either
I'm
way.
gonna
okay?
Nintendo the fuck up, dude.
What do? You see Briar Rabbit is live stream just like Luigi. Like the
What's up, my guardians? Woo! Time to get down on some fucking Destiny.
All right, I think that calls a cast, right? I think we got everything we need.
God.
Stupid.
Oh man.
Thanks everybody for watching, man. We had a real good fucking time. Yeah.
All right, Beastly, what are you up to this week?
Well, I want to take my wife to get her kidney stones removed tomorrow, and then after that, I'm going to probably play some Doom, some more Doom beta until that
Doom's
beta.
night. I will be on there. Let's do it. Date night.
Yeah,
Date night.
Yeah.
date night.
Date night.
Woo!
And Robbie doesn't even have kidney stones. You'd be frankly trading up.
I told you he likes Black Ox.
What? Hold on. Black what? What? I'm so confused.
I'm going to stick with Beastly.
Not too dirty. What are you up to this week?
I am going to put up a lot of different videos on the Retro channel, as well as I'm going to show some gameplay of all the bad choices for Walking Dead Michonne
Say
story.
this.
So that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm going to play a little bit more Paragon. So I have that. I actually have footage. I just been editing it. I'm trying to get like a lot better at editing, make it look a lot clearer and stuff like that. So once I do that, I'll definitely post some video of that and stuff like that. But
And you
I
said
had
your pickups video will be up. You said later on today or tomorrow.
Well, I have one pickups video as we speak right now that I did. It's from the flea market, so that's not like the big games, but I did find like a couple NES games, so definitely check that out. But I do have the Epic game. I'll release that on Thursday night, so that will be the one, the game changer right there. That's one that it's very rare to find. But I'm actually shocked I found it, and it's worth a lot of money too.
You guys go down to the description. Links in the description. Go to Not Too Nerdy Entertainment's channel and look out for that shit. This guy he gets some really, really unique pickups. And I try to collect lots of shit. You know, I buy all the consoles and all the little extra knickknacks and doodads. And sometimes, somehow, this guy fucking outdoes me.
Well,
He'll just go across
basically,
the street.
we gotta talk, man. 'Cause I got a lot of doubles and extra stuff, man. I was gonna sell them, but they have your name written on them. Just let you know.
Have I told you lately that I love you?
Oh, you've been talking mad shit about playing Street Fighter 5.
And you guys have been talking shit about me. I don't know if you like
Yeah,
me
right?
anymore. Love.
Damn it, Brian! Sabotage.
Don't worry, Robbie. We love you too, Robbie. We love you
Sure?
too.
You've been shit talking me pretty hard. I don't know if I'm loved anymore.
Robbie.
Oh, Robbie.
Be loved.
Well, Robbie, it's your turn. What do you?
You know we
do?
love you, Robbie.
I feel like I'm getting emotional now.
All right, Robbie, what are you up to this week?
Well, definitely tonight, because I think today's the last day for the Doom beta. I'm definitely getting into
I
that.
think it's over on the 5th, Robbie.
Is that the 5th?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe a couple more days. That's awesome. Definitely be playing the shit out of the Doom beta and probably crying the rest of the week while I wait for Dark Souls 3, since people have been playing it for weeks with imported
crying?
Yeah,
copies.
that's messed up, man. I wish
hate
we
that.
could have
I'm
talked
so
about
upset
that last week.
that.
That was kind of the big news last week. That game looks hot, though.
It was controversial because like they were basically doing it for press, so like Twitch streamers can stream it early and stuff like that. Like it's marketing. It's frustrating.
It looks good, though. I'm definitely picking that up day one.
Absolutely.
Well,
I got
maybe a couple weeks after day one. There's like 3 huge releases that day.
I didn't know that you really got into games like that, Briar.
Bloodborne hooked me.
We all played Bloodborne. Everyone, played Bloodborne.
Bloodborne is the shit, and I bought the DLC for Bloodborne, but I don't know how to fucking activate it. I thought you could just start the game and just go to the new DLC. You gotta go someplace, pick up a chalice, and do all this shit. I have no clue. You guys let me know in the comments how my wife and I can get the damn DLC to work.
It's called
on
Google
Bloodborne.
search.
I'd rather talk to you guys. So let me know below.
Speak to Google.
I'll be playing Destiny, obviously. I'll be covering the PvP and Sandbox reveal that's coming up on Wednesday. I'm sure I'll be talking about that quite a bit. I'm actually going to be on the Say No to Rage podcast tomorrow night, so that should be a lot of fun with Lano Got a Gun. I think that's about it. What's that?
What's the podcast?
Say No to Rage podcast?
Yeah, what's it about?
Destiny, mainly.
I thought it was about rage.
I should have guessed.
Weird.
I thought it was like a self-help podcast where people would get pissed off or something.
In the comment section, search Black Ops 3 and you will find out how to activate it. Kappa. Jesus. No.
All right, guys. Thank you to everybody for watching. We'll see you next week. Have a great one.
Hey, everybody.